Andrew Tate had something to say about my point of view. We watched some of this video yesterday with academics. We couldn't really get through it. And basically, he's siding with war and regime change. And he's saying, "Fuck." I'll just play the. I don't want to watch 4 minutes of him yell. So just
fuck Venezuela.
That's his point of view. And I said, after October 7th, you ridiculed Ben Shapiro for encouraging war from the safe comfort of a podcast studio. And today in Romania, you do the exact same. 100 innocent lives are already lost with far more to come. Oil isn't extracted overnight. It's not too late to change your stance.
Take all their shit.
That's what the point of view is from the right now. And I'm getting called a liberal. I'm getting called a commie. I'm getting called a far right, is like everything. They're saying I'm a third worldist. They're saying I'm Haitian. They're pretty much trying to call me a hard R with the suppressor in every way possible. Have you noticed that? Matt Walsh is tweeting at me every week, and we're going to get into why he's running away from the debate. He's going back to work. Ben Shapiro whipped him into place. Well, they really want to call me the hard R, but they're just dancing around it. Third worldist, Somali IQ, jihadist, brownoid. When did that come up? When did brownoid become a word? And you know what's funny too? I could play with the lighting and be lighter than half those people calling it, if I wanted to. Especially now with the clean shaven, it's like it's harder to do it. Right? Ready? If I go blue light, if I really crank this bitch up like Kai Cenat lighting. I'm a white nationalist now. I'm a white nationalist. You're gonna call me a third world? Look at that. Look at my Caucasian DNA, right? Whiter than all of you. But the reason it's not working is because those are tactics that work on liberals, that work on the left. Saying third worldists and pretty much just like saying that this should be the benefits for white people, but not for others. America should be an empire. We deserve everything. I don't care if Venezuela's brown. You're a third worldist. You're a third worldist. You're a neighbor. I'm on YouTube.
I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of...
yeah, but I don't care. I mean, they can call me these things and the tactics don't work. I just don't want to go to war. And for some reason, that's a communist take. Being against regime change now, apparently that makes you a third worldist. Being against war, apparently that makes you a radical Islamist socialist invader. If you believe that, if you're being anti-regime change, anti-war, really putting America first, if that makes you a communist, then call me a communist. We are not at war. We're going to get into all that. He said this wasn't a war. I am anti-war. Well, okay, first off, if you don't think it's a war, fine. Although we are going to have to station troops. We are going to have to collect the oil. We are enacting regime change, so there's going to need to be a lot of work and a lot of money. But even then, if you're just going to say the war was several hours, it was a war for several hours. Several hours. You had to put in helicopters. You had to bomb grave sites. You had to bomb buildings. Civilians died. It was a military operation. And then you kidnapped the president. If that's not a declaration of war, I don't know what is. So maybe it's going to be an easy war, but it still is war, regardless of how you spin it. Just like back in the summer with Iran. I think their justification is this war is okay because it's a lot easier to win. Okay. So it found out that a lot of these people are really anti-war just when it's hard. Mini wars? Go ahead. They're okay with mini wars. This was choosing a leader by Blackhawk instead of election rigging to control resource. He put a space in election. Welcome to planet Earth. This happens all day, every day. That's why you live in a nice, rich country. You just don't understand how the world works yet. Yeah, and that's, you know, he kind of just pointed out here. That's why you live in a nice, rich country. Yeah, I'm defending this nice, rich country because you're a British guy and you live in Romania and you keep saying, we should invade. We should take their oil. We deserve more. You're in Romania, convincing people in America of what should happen. Trying to convince politicians and giving support to people in a country that you don't live in and haven't lived in. I don't even know if you ever have. Have you ever? You weren't born here. Maybe you lived a couple years when you were a kid. You went back last year, and Ron DeSantis in Florida issued a warrant. Didn't he try to get you arrested? You went on and did a press conference about why you don't belong in America. But you keep saying we. I'm seeing this for a lot of people. Keep saying we. I'm like, wait, I'm one of the only Americans in this conversation. Even Crowder challenged me to a debate. We'll talk about that in a second. Like, I think, isn't that guy a dual citizen of Canada? I'm the only one. I was born in America with an American passport. There's no dual allegiance over here. I don't want to go to war. I don't want more tax dollars being spent on pointless regime change. Do you realize, because even if you're going to argue that it's not war, There still is a regime change. We still need to support that country now. They are now reliant upon us. What do we have? $43 trillion in debt, $48 trillion in debt. Housing crisis all over. 93 averages 93,000 in debt. And every time I talk about this, like, oh, SNEAKO, you're like the affordability guy now, right? What are you, like the affordable guy? Isn't that the America First position, to care about what's happening here? Less people own homes in younger generations than ever before. It's something like the past 6 of the last 8 presidents were all born in 1946. We live in a country dominated by boomers. They don't understand what it's like in Gen Z. Boomers got handed homes. They worked like 40 hours a week and they got a nice wife. They didn't have to deal with feminism, Tinder. They got everything handed to them on a silver platters. Easy. Bought 6 houses and they're like, oh, what are you young people poor and broke? Just pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. That's what it's been for like the last 6 of the 8 presidents, all born in 1946. So when I say, wait, there's actually problems with future, millennials are all broke. People can't afford rent. People don't have health care. There's a fentanyl crisis here. And even addressing that and calling out that problem, people also call you a communist. When can we have a real conversation about this? You just don't understand how the world works yet. No, I understand how it works exactly. I understand exactly how it works. There's right from wrong, and power controls. Might, according to you, might is right. If might is right, then the people that complain about white replacement need to stop crying and get over it. Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Stop complaining and saying that they're using third worlders as a bioweapon to destroy our countries. Might is right, right? They're stronger than you. They got more resources than you. They're doing more psychological warfare on you to spread feminism, to spread porn, to spread transgenderism. They got you. Get back, pussy. What are you gonna do about it? We have a right to exist. Isn't that like the transgender argument? Isn't that the leftist argument? We should be able to exist. If might is right, then submit to them. They should be in charge. The same way you're saying that the rest of the Western Hemisphere, Venezuela, should just let America be in charge. Might is right, right?